Good morning, St. Matthew and all our Facebook friends. I am out at Keys Park today for Points from the Park. Keys Park is the park that's known for the big sledding hill. You can see that behind me. It's named after Judge Leonard and Celia Keys. It hasn't always been a park. It has an interesting history. It used to be a swamp, and it was a swamp that was used as a garbage dump, and it was sort of a very undesirable piece of property when they were developing Columbia Heights. And so some of the town leaders put together a little package with this very attractive piece of property up the road called Innsbrook, and they said whoever developed Innsbrook would have to take this swamp and develop that as well. And so what they did is they took that big hill behind me that we use for sledding today. It was called Norway Hill at the time, and it was a lot higher than it once was. They took the top off of that hill and used the dirt from the top of the hill to fill in the swamp at the bottom, and made it into a park and called it Memorial Park. And then in 1976 it was renamed in honor of Judge Leonard and Celia Keys. And it's interesting that we're talking about a judge today. The verse that we read for today from the book of James has a lot of things that apply to a judge and to being a judge. In James 3 verse 17, James writes, "But the wisdom from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, open to reason, full of mercy, good fruits, impartial and sincere." I'm reading the English Standard Version. If you're following along in the journal, somehow the NIV got into there and it doesn't use the word gentle, it uses the word considerate, and then for open to reason it uses the word submissive, which is not a great translation of that Greek word. I want to look at some of these things today, but then focus in on that idea of wisdom is open to reason. But look at the list of the things that describes heavenly wisdom. It's pure, it's peaceable, it's gentle, it's open to reason, it's full of mercy and good fruit, it's impartial, and it is sincere. Certainly all of those things are wonderful, and they are certainly part of wisdom, and they're certainly great attributes for all of us to want to grow in and want to practice in our life. But I want to look at that one that's translated open to reason. Let's think about that one for a minute. It says wisdom is open to reason. Think about the people that we disagree with, or think about some of the disagreements that we see publicly on television, politically, and in other areas. It's like we so quickly take a stand. You know, our way's right, everybody else's way is wrong, and we don't allow ourselves to be open to reason. We don't look for the reason that someone believes something differently than we do, or practices something differently than we do, or behaves in a way that we disagree with. What if we could take more time to be open to reason, to sit and listen to why people believe what they do, or to sit and listen to why people act the way they do? You know, being open to reason, that's how we learn and how we grow, and it's part not just of wisdom, but of heavenly wisdom, of the wisdom that God gives. So let's take some time this week to think about those with whom we disagree politically or theologically or behaviorally, and let's see if we could just listen and be open to the reasons they have for doing what they do. That's how we learn. It's how we grow. So point from the park today, be open to reason. That's it from Keys Park. We'll see you later in the week from another one of Columbia Heights 16 or 17 beautiful parks. God's blessing to all of you.